Good morning, precious ladies. How y'all doing? I was gonna do my lashes on one eye and then do the other one on camera, but the one eye took me forever. I said, to hell with that. So these are the lashes I'm using. I just put glue on them. Do I got them? Yeah. I just put glue on them. I think they're magnetized, but I don't know. I've had these forever, as you can tell. I just kind of use them sparingly because they get on your last fucking nerve. Okay? So, I just put my house dress back on, y'all. When I got up this morning, I woke up at 5:30. But, anyway, because I have a fever blister right there. So I had a little bit of a fever last night that wasn't. I mean, I carry a fever at night anyway, but this one was big deal because I was awake when I was carrying it. But anyway, so cherry Dr. Pepper, 0. Yeah. So I got part of my haul yesterday from Elf. As y'all know, I love their holy hydration and all that stuff. And I got the little bitty sample one. But I got this for free. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? I mean, I guess use the dark browns as bronzer, maybe. I don't know. So we're going to put... Uh-oh, I threw it in the trash on accident. Hang on. Yeah. So I'm just going to stick this in my bronzer drawer for right now. And I also got the big one of this. It's the Holy Hydration Daily Moisturizer. I got the big one. But we're going to have to use up the other ones before I even open these. So, yeah. So, yeah, we got that. And then we also got the bigger one of the Thirst Burst drops. Holy Hydration Thirst Burst drops. And it is in this. It's a glass bottle, guys. So, yeah, I got this. And the inside here, you can see that it is insulated, I guess, so it doesn't get broken or something. But anyway, I got that. It's got a pink lid. And then I also got this Holy Hydration Daily Cleanser. And I have a little bitty one, so yeah. We need to use the other ones first before we do that. And then I also got some Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. I think I want to use... no, we better use what we got up in here already. I don't want to be adding more shit to my thing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. So I'm going to use this, I guess, the luminous one today. But anyway, so let's finish what I got. I'm already changing my thing going on here. And I also got Power Grip Primer. These, I think, were my free sample with purchase. And then that one with the purchase. And then also I got an e.l.f. powder blush palette. And here is its color story. It's pretty, I like it. I keep feeling, but anyway, yeah, got that. And then also Just put that in our drawer. My legs hurt today. I'm just a fucking mess today, guys. I'm full of hair. And then I got this from Oraton, whatever. Here in, I think it's in Georgia. This place was in Georgia. But it comes with this. I mean, look at this. It's got a story to it. Eyeshadows. And then highlighters. And then blushes. And see the little story blushes, and it's got 6, or it says 6. And I am going to keep these plastic sleeves in this because it's all one book. And then we also got the contour. There you go. Okay. That one's that one. And this one's called Natural Professional. So, I have no idea where I'm going to put these. Anyway, and this one is by the same company, and it's called Hello Summer. And this one's opens up a little bit different. Man, that is so good. My honey bunny brought me some. And this one is, oh, and y'all, this one color fell out already. Glitter, but I don't use chunky ass glitter, because no. But here's one side. My mug's getting in a damn way. Okay, there's one side of it. And I do keep these sleeves on here because the colors set together, so. And then here is the blush and highlighters, and then there's another makeup palette with some greens in it, which I really like. Whoa, they still haven't, I still have 3 more kind of like this that is supposed to come in a highlighter. So I got on their ass yesterday and then again this morning, because I ain't got time for that bullshit, you know. I'm too young. So this morning my honey bunny comes in, and well, I went in and he was in the bathroom combing his beard. Sexy thing, that man. He was combing his beard, and I said, "Baby, you don't use the comb and stuff that I got you for?" He goes, "No, this one's easier." And then he was coming out of our bathroom. It was in the bedroom, and I started kind of making the bed. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, come back in the bedroom." He goes, "Don't go near the water." And I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, just stay away from the water." And then I said, "Why?" I mean, we have a pond in the backyard. And he said, "Because I dreamed you went into a lake, and I told you not to go in there because there were gators, and one bit your damn arm off." I said, "What the fuck?" And then I looked at the pond, messing with him, you know, and I said, "Hey, I think I'm going to go out and check on my fish." And he looked at me, and I said, "Oh, wait, I might get my arm bit off by the gator." I have a rock that is huge, and it's different shapes, but the head was shaped like a gator. And then so I painted it green and put black lines on it like a alligator. and I set it around my pond, and a lot of people come and they kind of jump it first. And I said, it's just a rock. You think I would let my dogs in the backyard with a fucking gator? So yeah, so anyway, that one kind of tripped me out and blew me for a loop. That he said that, and I was like, damn, baby. And I also got these lip liners, y'all. These are dark, and they are lip stain, and they stay on. They are dark, and they dry almost immediately. This is chocolate, but y'all know I love me some color. And here's the color of them on the bottoms. So I thought, oh, that's really pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. So anyway, so needless to say, I am not going around the pond today because I don't feel like getting my arm ate off by a damn gator. And I said, and mine was just, a simple dream. He said, well, what did you dream? But yours is usually night terrors and you run and shit. And I said, well, I dreamed because I got this fever blister. I mean, it's already going down, but regardless, it hurt. And then because I use the BiPAP, I use the pillows that just go up your nose, but then there's the base of it. My lip got stuck on it when I woke up in the middle of the night, peeled it off, and it peeled the top layer of skin off. You see it right there. But anyway, I told him, yeah, I dreamed that I slobbed all over your face and gave you herpes. And you had herpes all over your face. He said, well, damn. I said, I know, dude. What the fuck's wrong with us? He just laughed, and I just laughed because I thought it was hilarious. We were dreaming some stupid shit like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, I don't know where to put my, this will sit right here. So I brought my girlfriend over today and her boyfriend. I've had these for about 7 years. I bought them for my dogs. Y'all look at the under the chin on him. I mean, she's got them too, but not as bad. And then when these two get into an argument, and I just want to slap the shit out of them, my piggy comes in. Hello. Oh, y'all, I'm a clown. I know it, I know it, I know it. But I can't help it. Anyway, so, yeah. I've been up cussing them people out because I still have 3 more huge pallets, like the ones I showed you before, and a highlighter. So, anyway. I got Miss Laura today, and she is her color. Here is her color story. So, yeah, we don't know what colors we're going to do, but I am thinking it's going to be gorgeous. So I think I want to go in with, let's see. Let's see how we're going to do this today. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with this color right here. And put this on my eyelid. Y'all don't know what to think about these lashes, because, I mean, that one looks extremely too big. Anyway. Yeah, it's pigmented. I'm just put this on my eyelid in the crease here. It's very light color, isn't it? But that's what I want, because I'm going to do some, you know, it's me. I'm kind of wild. And especially wild, because bitch. I'm not feeling too good, but y'all know me. I'm as stubborn as hell. So I'm here. And I can't let my peeps down. I can't let my beautiful ladies down. We all gotta stick together. Okay? And I figure if I start feeling really bad, I'll just take some meds. I always got meds for, I think it's my allergies, because I went out and kind of hung out in the backyard with Momo and Ruru the day before yesterday. So, yeah. So my body's like, hey, bitch. You know us, we're called sinuses. And we are here to fuck you up. So, yeah. I mean, I had to. I had to go outside, damn it. Okay, now we're going to go in for this color right here. It's kind of pinkish red. What did I do? But did I show y'all the lashes? Yeah, I did, didn't I? I'm telling you, y'all, it's one of those days. I feel like I got a hair somewhere. And it's driving me white. This is just the lashes. So I'm going to go right here in this corner. And bring that pink across in my crease. And right here. Yeah, like that. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Wipe our little brush off in our round. I have no idea what this is called, but I love it. In between washing brush, see how it brings it out? In between me washing my brushes, that's what I do. Okay, now we're going to go in for I think this orange one right here. Yes, guys, we are doing some color today. We're going to go right here in the middle. Oh yeah, that's pretty. It's very standoutish. Okay. Oh, this is a really good palette. I can't remember where I got it. I think maybe at Walmart. I don't know. And then I'm going to go in for this dark yellow. This yellow, guys. This yellow. So. It's not very bright, is it? Come on now. Hello, wake up. Not really showing up. Is it? So, what I did on this one, kind of, sort of. Anyway, it looks, I can see it. But let's go in for this darker color. This really dark color right here. And we're just gonna give us a bit of it. Like the wrong side. It's like a blue color. I'm giving myself a little bit of a smoky eye. And then in the very corner right here of my eye. Yeah. And then I'm gonna blend this out. Oh, it's pretty. And then we'll go in with, I'm thinking this pink right here, the lightest color pink, and let's see what we get. I just want to put it right there, so we go in with some color today. This is more pastel colors. Very pastel-y. Okay. So, I remember when I was a kid, I think I was in the 6th grade because I had to ride a bus. I hated riding buses. And I was waiting at the bus stop in the morning for the school bus. And this little dog goes out in the road. And she's, a mail truck hits her. And I was pissed off because he just kept going after he hit her. And then all the students said, oh my God, let's call the police. You know, that we're waiting on the bus. So they called the police, and my mom worked 3rd shift, so she was at home. And then they couldn't catch the dog. No one could. And then I just bent down. I said, come here and let me take you home and make sure that you're okay. And she was a tiny little thing, and she was reddish, dusty color. And so I went home, and my mom was getting ready for bed. I said, Mom, she goes, what are you doing here? And I said, this dog got hit by a car. And she said, well, bring it in. And so I brought it in, and she said, oh my God, it's adorable. It was a little girl dog. And I said, can I keep her? And I said, yeah. She goes, yeah, but you're going to have to stay home for a couple of days to make sure she's okay. Because my mom couldn't afford to hardly to feed us, you know, let alone go to a vet. So, Dusty came in, and she was really freaked out, and I was freaked out because that was traumatizing for me to see that, you know. And all those kids, you could hear all the kids on the bus just go, oh my God, or at the bus stop. And so I just stayed home with her, and then she was pregnant, and I didn't know she was pregnant, but she became my best friend, my best friend, and I named her Dusty. And then when everybody else, all my other siblings got off school, there she was, and everybody was excited. Y'all, when I say she was scared of other people, she was scared of other people. But with us, it was like we were her puppies. She was like snap at us when we were doing something stupid, and she would snap at us. And we're like, oh my God, she's like a mama, you know? And so, so we got to keep her. And then later on, she had a puppy, just one single puppy. He was huge. We named him Bear. That dog used to play hide and go seek with us, and he'd go hide, and we'd have to hunt him down, you know, like kids. And he was something else, but we named him Bear. And I remember something happened where we went and had to go stay with my Aunt Mary Jane in the country, I mean the deep country. And it was around Christmas time, and Mama had every year she would save up and put on layaway coats for us and school clothes. And she had me try mine on, and I got a green coat. And I loved my green coat. Oh my God, y'all, I loved it. Well, we were gone, and Mom had wrapped all the stuff up, you know, because Christmas was coming soon. And I guess Dusty missed me because she opened that coat. Mommy said she got home from work. The dog was laying on my coat, just crying away. So she called my Aunt Mary Jane. You need to bring Kelly Lynn back. Her dog, it just will not shut up. And so I came home. Nobody else came home, but I came home. And she didn't like the idea, because we lived in Pauley, that I was going to be home by myself, you know, until she got off work, because then she'd be on vacation. And I said, I'm not alone, Mama. And she said, well, who else is here? I said, Dusty. So she said, okay. And she let Dusty stayed with me, and if she heard a noise, boy, y'all, she was on it. That dog was on it. And then I remember one year, because she wasn't fixed, we heard all this howling and crying up in the front yard. And Dusty was out there being a fucking whore. There were like 5 or 6 other dogs there, and she was being the whorest dog I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, Dusty, you whore. But I couldn't believe it. She was something else, y'all. I mean, come on. This is my my corrector, Reload by Revolution, and I used this shade today. And then today I'm going in with this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint, and we are going to put that on today. Yeah, but no, I loved her so much, y'all. I don't remember what happened, but our house burnt down. The kitchen blew out. The stove had a leak in it or something on the gas line, and it blew out the back of the house. We were down the street playing, which was a good thing. I mean, really good thing that we weren't in the house when it exploded like that. But the whole back of the house blew off. I mean, it blew off. But anyway, that was the first time, because we had been with my grandparents. My dad took us from my mom, because he's a sorry piece of shit, because he didn't want her to have happiness. And she had met somebody that was willing to take on 5 kids. And he loved us, and I remember we loved him. And Daddy took us and said he has to get rid of, Mama had to stop seeing him, or she would not get us back. Talk about a sorry piece of shit. The man never paid child support. Never supported us in any way. I remember one year him calling us and asking us, and we're little kids, mind you, asking us what we wanted for Christmas, and we didn't hear from him for a whole nother year. No Christmas. And I just thought, you know, later in life when we were older, I called him and told him that my brother James was in prison for murder. He killed Teresa, which he didn't, y'all, but I was pissed off at my father because he was not a father. I put this in instead of my other one. It's just a little ring because the other one, y'all, I was tugging at it too much and it made it damn sore. And I did this myself. I did all the, I had 5 holes in my ears, and the only ones I did not do were these ones, and I think around 2 or 3 when my grandmother had them done. So I've had them all that many years, but anyway. So, yeah. He took us, and then my mom, she worked so many jobs and was able to get a down payment because she saved up to get us a house, and that was the house that there was a gas leak in it and it blew out the kitchen. And she just told us, the news is going to be there. Everybody's okay. Everybody, yeah, everybody got out of the house. We're fine. And she said, well, the news is going to be there because this is a big deal. So just stay away from them, because she didn't want us taken, away, because we were young kids and she couldn't afford a babysitter. And so we just stayed away from the news. It was on the news, but they couldn't find the kids that lived there. Or the lady until she came home. And she didn't have a car. She rode the bus to and from work. Both jobs. Sometimes she would have 3 jobs. But anyway, our house blew up like that, and I think I want to use this one. It blew off the back of the house, and so we were split up for quite a few years. Some of us were living with one aunt, and some of us were living with another aunt and uncle. And my Aunt Mary Jane said, you can't split them kids up. They have been with each other forever, and you just can't split them up like that. They need to be able to see each other at least once a week. And then my mom said, yeah, I know. And they always talk about, where's blah, blah, blah. Where's Wanda at? Where's Kelly and Teresa at? We wanted to know that, our siblings. So, oh, that was great. I thought the lid went on, and no, it didn't. It went in my hand. So, we were all split up, scattered here and there to Kingdom Come, and my aunt said, no, you can't do that. Just let them all come here, and, and stay with me, and Deborah Sue and Janet and Donna Kay Jr. So, we were homeless for about a year. And Mama could, and it took a year for them to rebuild our house. So they did finally rebuild it. And, we got to move back in our house, and it was different this time. A lot. They turned the garage into a bedroom. So we had a huge bedroom too. That was mine and James's bedroom, my brother. But it was, it took about a year before we could move back in. Something like that. And then the neighbors kept breaking in the house when we were gone and stealing the food that Mama would buy for us, And it was bullshit. And so she got tired of that, and so we moved. She sold her house, and moved somewhere else. And then when we moved, she couldn't afford anything else. So we moved to this house that had a living room slash kitchen, little bitty kitchen, and a bathroom. That's all that was there. It was 6 people living there, my mom and us kids. Y'all, when I say, this is how stupid we were, okay? My mom worked, at this point, she worked 3 different jobs. And, where's my bronzer? Oh, and I'm going to use this bronzer. It's from Smashbox. It's called Halo. And then here is the bronzer. But, this is how stupid we were. My mom worked a lot. I mean, she worked a lot. But, we thought we was brilliant. We didn't want to go to school. We just hated school. So we all laid down in the backyard, and we thought because the grass was high enough, it would cover us. This is how stupid we were. And I guess somebody was out there giggling around, who knows, playing around. And Mama looked out the back window, and she sees all 5 of us laying on the ground. She opened the window. She said, "What in the fuck are you doing?" And we're all like stunned. She can see us, you know. Boy, she was pissed off. "What the hell are you doing? What the hell do you think you're doing?" She was mad as hell. And she beat our ass. I remember she beat our ass. And then one time, when we lived in the other house that burned up, there used to be all these kind of chicken coops and shit in the backyard. And my uncles came over and tore it down for us because they didn't want us getting hurt. And so we had actually 2 backyards. And we thought we was smart. We was going to build us a motherfucking pool. We dug a big-ass deep hole, tried to fill it up with water, but it wouldn't hold water. It was just a fucking mud bin, like pigs. Oh, y'all, we were terrible kids. She came home, the fucking house was full of mud. What the fuck is this? And we didn't realize, you know, we had mud on the fucking walls, all over the kitchen and bathroom, all over the living room furniture. Y'all, when I say we were so stupid, and we were really young. I think at that point I was like 9, something like that. And Aaron was just a little old wee thing. But, yeah, we made a mess all over the house. She beat our ass. And then, with her rubber shoe. Her rubber shoe. And my oldest sister Wanda said, when she whips us with that shoe, we need to go crazy and cry so the whippings never get worse. And then so we're like, okay. So, she whipped us with that shoe. And then we all went in the bedroom and was giggling about it because we're stupid. So it never got harder. And then one time we did something, I don't even remember what the fuck it was, but she went out with my aunt, both my aunts, and they went to a bar, and Mama came home on crutches and was drunker than fuck, man, you know. And we just thought we were high heaven because Mama was drunk, so we could get away with some shit, you know. Well, yeah, that didn't work. We did something, and then she said, get in here now. And she was drunk, mind you. Get in here right now. So we went in there, and we're thinking, oh, shit, she's drunk. She might be real fucking mean. She whipped us with her little rubber shoe again. And we're all pretending to cry because it was devastating. you know, getting whipped with a rubber shoe. But because she was drunk, she had broke her ankle, so she was on crutches. She broke her ankle, and my aunts took her to the hospital, so she was not only drunk, but drugged up, pain pills. And she whipped us, and then we went like we were devastated that we got beat with the little rubber shoe that didn't mean shit. So she came in our room, and we were all in there in the same room in my oldest sister's room, and we were pretending, you know, crying and pretending like we were crying. And Mama came in there, and she said, "I'm sorry I have to beat y'all this way." She was crying. "But y'all are some bad motherfuckers." And we're just looking like we're shocked because we don't know who the fuck this lady is. But she was crying and calling us some bad motherfuckers. And we're like, oh my God, we kind of like this lady. Well, anyway, y'all, we were terrible. I mean, terrible kids. I'm surprised that if not one of us, but all of us didn't go to fucking prison. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I told y'all we lived across the street from a 7-Eleven, right? Yeah, I did. Well, me and my brother James, we were always bored. I mean, always. And he said, James was a fucking instigator. He said, come on. I'm like, what? He said, let's go get the phone numbers off of those phone booths over there at 7-Eleven. And I'm like, okay, fine. And so we go get the numbers, and I'm telling y'all, James is a fucking instigator. And we go over there and get both numbers on the payphones. This is a daily facial spray. I got this from Five Below. I love this stuff. It's very moisturizing. But let me put this back. And then I'm going to use this the Pore Professional Super Setter by Benefit. It is almost gone. Yeah, I think I just used the last of it. But so we went over there, you know, and we got the phone numbers off the pay phones. We were terrible kids, y'all. We called the pay phones and we would set our telephone in the window that looks out at the 7-Eleven, so we could watch the whole, you know, scene unravel. And so we call over there, and ring. We'll wait till somebody drives up, and then ring. Just let it ring, and people answer the phone, and we'd say shit like, with other customers who were there, you know, we'd wait for a couple cars to show up, and then we'd say, you see that blue Mustang that's parked by the gas tanks? It has a bomb. If you do not do what we ask you to do, it will go off. You see people run, jump back in their fucking cars, and leave. Okay, they were scared. We did this for about 30 minutes. And we got bored of that, so we decided we were going to move the mattress off of Mama's bed out into the front yard, and we were going to jump on the mattress on the floor, on the ground outside in the front yard. Well, we got bored of that too, and went to put the mattress back up, so we get it in the house and get it back on Mama's bed. We get it back on Mama's bed, and we hear this knock at the door. And me and James look at each other. And then Wanda said, who is it? And they said, FBI. That's all they had to say. Me and James was out the back door, over everybody's fences, and was gone. Y'all, somebody called the FBI on us. I mean, I don't blame them. I would do the same shit now as an adult, but y'all, I'm telling you, the shit we used to do was fucked up. I mean, I'm surprised none of us were in prison, honestly. I mean, 'cause you do shit like that. Mind you, I was only like 9 years old. Wanda was maybe 10, but Wanda had nothing to do with it, and she let the FBI in. She told us, they came to the door and said the FBI, and Wanda said, looked out, and sure enough, there were guys standing there. There's 4 of them. And they had their badges out, and she opened the door and let them in and asked what was going on, and then Wanda said, oh my God, it was James and Kelly. It had to be. If it has anything to do with the police department or anything, it has to be James and Kelly. And then they was saying, because James is like, if I was 9, that means James was like 7. He's the only boy of all girls. And he was the one that tripped my mom out the most. We got a jukebox for Christmas one year. He took that sumbitch apart and put it back together, and it worked better. The only thing is, he had so many parts left over. We don't know how it worked. Mom said, boy, you better stop doing shit like that. But it worked. She said, I don't care. You're going to do something. I mean, it needs all those parts. But y'all, we was fucked up. The FBI never caught up with us, and they figured it was children doing it, so they called Mama, and then let Mama. And that day, my uncle had been over there. My mom's brother, baby brother. And he had been over there, and it was a good thing because the FBI came, and they seen 5 kids there by themselves. They would probably have freaked out, but we weren't there alone that day. My uncle was there, and my uncle's like, oh my God, man, Linda, your kids are badass kids. But needless to say, the FBI never came back out after that, but I don't know if I've got a record from that or not, but I've never even had a ticket, and I'm so glad to say that. But, I mean, I changed my way because I was a fucking hooligan. Me and my brother James were hooligans. And they always say, you are older than him. And James was the instigator. He lived with 4 girls and a mother. The only boy. So we constantly fucked with him. Oh, y'all, I'll never forget this. This is back when we first got Dusty, my dog that got hit by the mail truck. And James used to tease us and go get those water roaches and chase us around. And I'm still creeped out about water roaches because them motherfuckers can fly, okay? They can fly. One of them flew off the roof at my grandmother's house. And then this one, I'm like 42. Flew off the ceiling of the house and flew on my forehead. And my God, I freaked the fuck out. Was scared. The next day, I moved out of my grandma's house because, hell no, I ain't got time for that bullshit. But anyway, my brother James was teasing us, and he knew we were terrified of them fucking cockroaches. And he went and got one, was throwing it up in the air like he's going to catch it with his mouth. And doing that, y'all, it accidentally went in his mouth. We started gagging, and he's laughing. He's fucking laughing. A cockroach went in his mouth. The big water bugs? Oh, hell no. And we're all in the bathroom because we're all scared he's going to get us with it. There was another time that we had a couch in the backyard, and it was one of those ones that folded into a bed, and it was just folded up. And I don't remember where the hell that came from. I think it's from the previous owners of the house, but my mom was buying it. Oh, excuse me. But anyway, James unrolled it, and a rat had babies in it, and they were all hairless, and we didn't know what they were. And then he come in the house and was showing us these little bitty tiny babies, and we're trying to figure out what the fuck they are. Oh my God, are they little tiny, tiny, tiny puppies? Shit like that. That's how stupid we were. Tiny, tiny puppies? No, they were fucking rats. He said, come on, I'll show y'all where I got them. So we follow him. This is how James was, okay? James was not abused by us. We were abused by James. But he took us out there, and the mama rat had come back and was looking for her baby. And we looked at each other and started screaming, and he took the little baby rat and was chasing us around the fucking backyard. Oh my God, James was a torment, and I loved it because me and James, we connected. You know, my oldest sister Wanda and my sister under me, they were buddies, you know, they were very close. And back then, me and Wanda were not close, you know. It was me, James, and my baby sister Erin, because my baby sister Erin was my baby sister, so I had to take care of her, and I made damn sure I did. But later on in life, that's when me and Wanda became extremely close. When she was living in an apartment, and I went over there because she had just had heart surgery, and she lived it on Social Security disability, and she just had heart surgery, so, you know, everything was going really good. I mean, they said they took it out. They had to stop her heart and remove her heart from her body because there was a softball-sized tumor inside of her heart. But everything went fine. It was cancer-free, so she didn't have cancer, and everything was good, and this operation was a success. And then she called me one day and couldn't go to the bathroom, and I said, did you tell the doctor that? She said, no. So I said, I am going to go to the drugstore. I'll be back. So I went and got her some stuff for the drugstore, and I went over there every morning before I went to work, and I usually got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then go do my work thing, and then after work I'd go back over to Wanda's place. And I did this for years. And then one day I went over there after work, and I said, why the fuck is it so dark in here, Wanda? And she said, they cut the electricity off. I said, what do you mean they cut the electricity off? What, is your food going to go bad? Y'all went in there, there wasn't nothing in her refrigerator. She had 2 grown-ass boys that weren't in school and that were not working. And that pissed me off. And I said, how long the fuck has this been going on? That you had no food and shit, Wanda. And she says, girl, I can't get them to get up to do anything. And so I said, no, that's enough. You need to pack your shit up. Go look for us a house to live in. And, you know, so we could live together. A room for the boys and a room for me and you. And she said, really? And I said, yeah, but meantime, I'm going to pay to get your electricity cut back on until you find something to give me a month so I can tell my people where I live that I'm going to be moving in a month. And she said, okay. So she found a house the next day, y'all. She found a house the next day. So I said, well, shit. I mean, I got a month before I have to move out. So let's go ahead and do your shit over here. We'll get it all moved in, and then we'll move mine. And then, you know, I'll go back over and clean up my place, and so I can get my deposit and shit back. So we moved in together, and we became extremely close. I mean, extremely close. I called her my wife. And she was not only my best friend, my sister, but she is also my mother. That's the way we looked at Wanda. She was our oldest sister, but she took care of us like she was our mom when we were little bitty. Wanda was something else. I don't know if I told y'all about the Jehovah's Witnesses. I do believe I did, though. But we had some Jehovah's Witnesses come, and Wanda'd always say, if you see Jehovah's Witnesses, let me know. And she's talking to her boys like that because she knows that I'm going to do something stupid so they don't ever come back. And so I did. They came over. Joseph comes running down the hall. Mom, Jehovah's Witnesses are coming. 2 women and 2 men. And then Wanda said, get me my chair in there. Get me ready in front of the door. And then I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? This is a fucking madhouse. And then I was drinking a beer because that day I was off and I was fixing to cook on the grill. You know, that was Wanda's thing. When on my days off, I cook on the grill. And I never had the same days off. So it could be split days. But anyway, I still did cook on those days off. But the Jehovah's Witnesses come. And I've got a cigarette my nephew smoked. And I've got a cigarette hanging out of my mouth and a beer in my hand. And I opened the door, and they said, do you know Jesus? And I said, kind of, sort of, but not really. How about if y'all come in? And they started to come in, and then I finished my sentence. How about if y'all come in, let's all take a bath and talk about it. My sister busted out laughing so hard. Joseph and Charlie are laughing their asses off because they know Aunt Kelly's crazy, okay? Aunt Kelly is a card. They knew you don't fuck with Aunt Kelly, and they knew that Aunt Kelly gets shit done, and she was something else. Y'all, them women almost fell off the porch trying to get off, and they're all 4 backing off the porch, and we had 2 sets of steps on our porch. They were almost falling off of it. Wanda was laughing so hard she peed all over the chair. It was fucking hilarious. And then Wanda, there was one time, oh my God, I love this, because Wanda, Wanda was so naive. She became a preacher, you know, to marry people and stuff. And my mom is a pastry chef. And she makes the most beautiful cakes and desserts and all that kind of stuff. So they had a business going together, you know. Wanda would marry people and Mama would make the cake and do the reception stuff for a wedding. And so Wanda had her first client, and she was really nervous, and she was in the bedroom, and she was practicing. I said, Wanda, just relax and be yourself, you know. Just look at it like it's me standing there that you're talking to. And she said, okay, and these people come over, and then they come over, and I said, Wanda, your clients are here, so she come out and she greet them, say, hi, sir, how you doing? I'm Wanda, and then, hi, ma'am, and then they had 3 kids with them, and then Wanda was really excited, and she started talking to them, and her top lip stuck to her teeth like this. And she is just talking away like this with her lips stuck to the top of her teeth. Top of her teeth, guys. I laughed my ass off so hard when those people were there. And Wanda's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And Joseph's trying to tell her, and she's telling Joseph to shut up. So I told Joseph to shut up, don't tell her. This is going to be funny as fuck. And then so Charlie comes in and looks. He goes, Mom. And she said, Charlie, I'm with clients. So I said, shut up. Leave her alone. Let's watch the show. So they come in, and Wanda's lip is stuck. Wanda's lip is stuck to her teeth like this, and she can't get it off. She had cotton mouth motherfucking hell because she was so nervous. Her tongue was clicking and sticking to the roof of her mouth, and then she kept doing it because her mouth is so dry. Anyway, y'all didn't see that. But anyway, she said, you know, married them, and she said, you may kiss your bride and all that good shit. And they went outside to talk while Wanda filled out the paperwork and submitted it online. And I said, Wanda, and she said, what? I said, how does it feel to marry a gay couple? She said, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, Wanda, that was two women. She goes, it was not. I said, yes, it is. It was not. I said, Wanda, look at the names. And she looked on there and she goes, oh my God, I'm going to hell. I said, no, you're not. God made gay people too. It's okay. You don't have to worry shit about like that. God made gay people too. And so, you did a great thing. And then I videotaped her with my phone when she was doing the ceremony because, y'all, when I played it back for her and she seen her lips stuck to her top of her gums up here, she was pissed off at me because I didn't tell her. And I said, Wanda, Joseph and Charlie both tried to tell you, and you told them to shut the fuck up. You were busy. So she said, you did that shit on purpose. I said, you know who I am. You know I'm going to get a big kick out of this. So, y'all, I never laughed so hard in all my life. That was the funniest thing ever. As if you didn't know, because my teeth moved. I have this bone disorder. I had to have, if you notice, this jaw is kind of different from this one, and you see this indentation, and there ain't one over there. They had to do a bone graft, and I had all my teeth, and all my teeth were in really good condition. And they did like an emergency surgery because none of my teeth were anchored in bone, because my bones, something to do with my white blood cell attacking something else. I didn't really get it. I just said you should fix it. So, yeah, my teeth are fake, but they are gorgeous. But they pulled all my teeth in one day, and I couldn't get teeth for my mouth for almost 2 years because they did the bone grafts, and they wanted my gums to completely heal before they gave me dentures or anything. So I went without teeth for almost 2 years. And I was like, man, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. I don't know how many stitches I had in my mouth because they had to redo this jaw and pull bone from this jaw, and somewhere else they took like bone marrow out of my body somewhere. I don't remember, but anyway, they put it in there, and it worked. I just lost every one of my teeth, so I had to get dentures. But I love my dentures, so that's okay. But anyway, that is my crazy story for the day. I did not put any shimmer on, y'all. And to me, this looks naked without shimmer. So y'all know I'm gonna find me some shimmer and put it on my face. Y'all know this one is really pigmented. So we gotta be careful with this one. It's so pretty though. I got it from AliExpress. And you just use, very little. And it goes a long way. Look at that. See that? And then up here. And then I'm going to take just a swat and do that. And then here. And then on the cheekbones. I don't know where the hell I was at, but I'll never forget that. And I laughed so hard when she was doing that, and she was talking at the same time, y'all. I'm a terrible person for doing that, but I could not help it. It was fucking hilarious. Her boys were laughing because they seen her, but she kept telling them, shut the fuck up, I have clients, And she kept saying that, and so I just said, shut the fuck up and leave her alone. And she did that, and then she called Mom and said, Mom, Kelly did this. And then my mom came over the next day. She always come over to check on Wanda. And if Wanda needed to go to the doctor, my mom would take her. And so she come over and I showed Mama that tape. And Mama laughed her ass off. Wanda was pissed. But yeah. We did some crazy shit. I mean, back in my day when I was a kid, that's no kids stayed inside the house, you know. When it started getting dark, that's when we went home. We'd have dinner when it was dark because we did not want to come home. That's, you know, when the street lights started coming on, we booked ass. But that's the way things went for us when I was a kid. I mean, we didn't do too terrible things. I mean, the FBI thing is kind of fucked up, calling in bomb threats. But it was so hilarious to us. But yeah, that wasn't good. But anyway, my beauties, let me stop talking about bullshit that I done. And see how my ladies are beautiful. See how we're beautiful? Are we going to say it together? Let's say it together. We are beautiful. We are women. We stick together. We help each other. We want to stay together and teach our women and help our women. That's what we're all about. That's what we do. We are nurturers. We help people. We are mothers. That's why we are the mothers and they are the dads. Because they don't know really how to nurture someone's, you know, a woman knows a woman. And a woman knows feelings, I guess, a little. I can't explain it. But we need to all stick together. We need to take care of one another. We need to make sure that our mental health is in check. And if it is not, we need to get some help. Because depression is a real thing, y'all. And it can truly mess you up. I know my sister was going to take her life. It was a good thing I came when I did. I was going to take my own life. But instead of taking the pills, I thought about who was going to miss me. And, you know, I thought about my son. He's my only son. I mean, I have stepkids, but they're not like, I mean, I love my stepkids. They are awesome. I have 2 grandbaby boys that are twins. They are 3. And I have a daughter-in-law, which she's an amazing mom. Amazing mom. And, yeah, that's the way it goes. But we got to watch out for each other's mental health. Okay? We don't want to do something that hurts somebody else because we can't figure out our mind and our pain that we are living through. That's why I say go to your primary physician and tell them that you need to talk to somebody because you don't know how to explain it to them, but it has to do with mental issues, okay? Just, you need help and you need it. Just say, I need help and I need professional help. I need professional help that can help me because I am going through some stuff right now that I can't explain to you. I need to talk to somebody. Okay? That's what I did, and I think that was the best thing I've ever actually done in my life. Because not only did it help me with the loss of my sister, Wanda, but it helped me with being molested as a child from family member. And that does help me. I mean, my little Kelly, that's why I have night terrors, because my little Kelly can't, she can't come out of that pain. But me as big Kelly, I tell her all the time in my dreams that you will get through this and you will grow up to be just fine. You'll grow up to be me. So I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to go through this together. I tell her that all the time, but the night terrors say, nope. And they continue to come. But, you know, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that go through stuff like this. And our mental health is, I mean, I did some talking, you know, to a therapist, and my psychiatrist has me on meds for that. And I did some talking, and I was a partial hospitalization. I think it was for like 5 months. And what that means is that each day at 8:30 I was there for 8 hours. And you know, and that helped me tremendously. I mean, it helped me tremendously. And then when you see other people in there, they're going through different things in their minds, you know, that we're all something mentally is not right. And it does make you feel like, oh my God, I'm not in this alone. And you're not in it alone. Ask for help from somebody, okay? We are beautiful, vibrant women. We all need to stick together to help one another out. Okay? We need to do that. That's who we are. That's what women do. We nurture. That's why we're the mommy, you know. We need to nurture our other ladies back to health, to help them in this long path, because it is a long path, but my mouth is so dry. You get to the other side. You do get to the other side. It's okay. It's okay to not be, I mean, what is the norm anyway? What is normal? Normal is knowing that you are alive and that you have issues, okay? That is the normal. Let's all take care of each other. Let's all love each other. Go to someone today and just stop them from what they're doing and just say, I love you. Is there anything that you need or anything that you want to talk about? I'm always here. That's a simple thing to do. I do that with my honey bunny. I do that with my best friend. If she needs to talk, she knows that. And I check in with her all the time because she works a lot. She is a respiratory therapist specialist. So, yeah, I mean, I ask her, how are you doing? Is there anything you need to talk about? Is there anything going on in your life that I need to know about? Are you happy? You know, those kind of things. I like to ask that because sometimes when we're in that depression mode, we don't want to talk to people. We don't know how to talk to people. We don't do it, okay? But we need to. So if you see somebody just that you even might maybe think they're depressed, just to ask them, are you okay? Is there anything you want to talk about? Is there something going on in your life that has messed you up? Do you need a friend? Do you want to talk about anything? You know, just being a woman. That's what we are. We are nurturers. We are nurturers. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna say, thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it so much. I have 61 subscribers, which I am so tickled. And I get comments, which I love my comments. And I think it's beautiful. And I always answer my comments back. I really do. Even if somebody's criticizing me, that's fine. You can criticize all you want, but you can't get to me. You cannot get to me. It will not upset me, because I'm not doing this for you. I am doing it for us few women, or not a few, we're a lot of women that go through depression, that thinks they're not beautiful when they are. We only wear makeup to enhance our beauty. All women are beautiful. All women are beautiful. Okay? So I am going to say goodbye for now. My hair is everywhere. I'm going to say goodbye for now. Please subscribe, like, and leave me my comments, ladies. I love them. I love you guys. To all my precious, beautiful ladies, you're beautiful. Bye for now. Bye-bye, ladies.